Europe is being very optimistic right now when it comes to peace talks, but realistically speaking, behind that optimism remain some major gaps. And we have to break this down because obviously, if you don't know today, there was a lot of meetings taking place inside of Germany in which for 8 hours Zelensky met with European leaders and US officials to go back and forth on peace talks. A few details have been coming out, some of them from The Guardian, some from other sources. Those things include that, according to US officials, they're about 90% there towards a deal. On top of that, they outlined some kind of Article 5 security guarantee for Ukraine that they believe would satisfy Kyiv and European partners, and then also added in there that, for some reason, I don't know why, but no U.S. troops would be involved in any of this, something that I didn't even think was even a thing to begin with. But there are a few glaring issues here. One is there is still no agreement when it comes to any kind of territory. There's something that just Ukraine says we're not going to give that up. Russia says we're not going to give that up. On top of that, one idea was kind of thrown out there to turn an occupied portion of Ukraine's territory into an economic free zone. But that is definitely not something that I don't think we've seen actually work, especially in a scenario like this. Zelensky, during his speeches, kind of said, hey, look, yes, we're not committing on territory right now without seeing security guarantees. And it's a security guarantee that kind of needs to be in writing, something that's not implied. You can't just say you'll have them. We need to know exactly what they are. His game plan is to put something in writing now so that it would be a deterrent so that Russia doesn't try to invade for a third time. And even though we don't have security guarantees or the NATO 5 kind of reaction or any kind of real talks when it comes to territory, European leaders and US officials are kind of being very optimistic. But the most important thing you have to remember is Russia would still need to say yes to all of this. And realistically speaking, Russia doesn't want to budge on anything, which could mean that they're doing all this work. Europe, Ukraine, the United States, doing all this work to actually get somewhere to where this war is over, and Russia could just say no and that's it. Tonight, we are expecting that Zelensky will be jumping on a call with Donald Trump, if not tonight, in the next few days to talk about the progress made. But at this very moment, while everyone's being optimistic, I don't really see anything yet because so far on the Russian side, they're just ready to say no at every little thing that comes out of this meeting.